Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Tony here. When I think of a beautiful car, I think of a sturdily built, symmetrical SUV. But I'm not a car snob. I think that even a cheap car, if they keep the design simple, can look beautiful. But there are some cars where they just go over the top. And here are my 5 ugliest cars. Number 5 is the Scion XB. Look at the horrid design. It looks like a GameCube with wheels. I don't know who decided that it was a good idea to have an overly extended front bumper that looks like a pair of lips. What's more is if you look at the overall shape of the Scion, it's the exact same shape as an ambulance. I don't know who thought that was a good idea. It just looks like an ambulance that's been spray painted gray. But I'll cut Scion some slack because they're not the only ones that are guilty of this. You had vehicles like the Nissan Cube and the Kia Soul, other vehicles of basically this same type of design that all carried that GameCube with wheels shape. I don't know what they were smoking in the design studio when they made these cars. I mean, look at the back of the Nissan Cube, for example. Was it that much of a pain to put some gray side paneling on the other side of the back hatch also? I mean, that is just an eyesore how unsymmetrical it is. It looks like one of Michelle Obama's dresses. Anyway, number 4 is the Chevy Avalanche. Now, in order to explain why I hate the design of this car, we're going to have to do some visualization here. So let's go back. Let's picture a Chevy Tahoe. Now the T-Rex from Jurassic Park comes and he just bites a chunk out of the back of the Tahoe. Then the Tahoe's owner takes it to a sleazy mechanic who says, "I can fix that for you, it'll be $13.50. And instead of actually fixing it, he just takes a speed square and staples it to the back of the truck. Look at that. The comparison is undeniable. Anyway, number 3 is the PT Cruiser. Simply put, it looks like Fiat tried to make a hearse and failed miserably. Instead, they ended up making something that looks like a stretched out Volkswagen Beetle. Moving on. The second ugliest car is the 2015 Ford Transit. What the hell were they smoking when they designed this vehicle? It looks like a tilapia with wheels. Nuff said. Now, before I get to number 1, I want to mention one that stuck out to my wife and me, and this one goes on my honorable mention. I would have made it number 1, but it's too late. I already picked a number 1, and that is the Pontiac Aztek. Now, I think that when they made the Pontiac Aztek, here was their thought process. Remember the Isuzu Rodeo? How cool that looked? Yeah, let's just combine that with an Aztec pyramid, and bam, we get this nasty lima bean of a vehicle. I mean, look at the back hatch of the car. It looks like a freaking root cellar. I don't know whose idea that was. Or you could even say that the back hatch looks like a sneeze guard from Golden Corral. And now the absolute ugliest vehicle. The Nissan Juke. I'm sorry, I mean the Nissan Juke. Just look at it. It looks like the Scion XB with tumors all over it. I mean, why is this car so utterly lumpy to be such a small car? And then why is the car freaking leaning? Why is the front glass so much larger than the back glass? It looks like the car is melting or at least leaning to the side. The best way that I can describe why this car disgusts me is to say that it looks like a frog with wheels. I mean, I don't know whose idea it was to make a car so ugly that bulges unnecessarily, has so much asymmetry to it, and they have the nerve to charge a high price for this car. I think whoever designed this needs to even take notes from the Fiat people. It basically looks like the Fiat people and the Volkswagen Beetle people got together and said, let's make a car that looks like it has warts. Anyway, I'm done. These 5 cars suck.